To your health this morning, are you wondering whether your sore throat, sniffling, and sneezing is caused by seasonal allergies, or do you have a cold? Dr. Megan Press from Aspen Family Medicine at Rose Medical Center with a look at the difference between a cold and allergies. A very common question and hard for people.
Yeah. Absolutely. And sometimes it's hard for us too, actually. But certainly this time of year, we are definitely moving a little bit more out of the typical cold viral season and into allergy season. Allergy symptoms tend to be a little bit more persistent and low level. You don't kind of get that fatigue or malaise that you get when you have a cold, where you're feeling really run down. Allergies tend to be a little bit more low level, sometimes worse in the morning when you get up, and get better as the day goes on.
And you've said to me a moment ago, watch for the fever. If
Yes,
you have the fever, it's probably a cold.
Fever is absolutely a deal breaker every time to me. If you have a fever, it is most definitely not allergies. And at that point, we definitely advise that you get seen by your primary care physician.
Do people develop allergies? Like, I've never had allergies, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, am I allergic to something because I've got this persistent thing?
Absolutely. Certainly different environments in the country have different allergens in them, but yeah, in my world, you can develop an allergy environmentally at any time. So yeah, even if you didn't have them 2 years ago, they can certainly come on.
Let's talk about what to do about it. If it is allergies, because it is that time of year. I mean, the cold is something else, but if it's allergies, how can you get through the miserable season? How do you treat it?
So actually, our first-line therapies are all over the counter at this point. So you go to your local pharmacy, there is an allergy section, and there usually are two main options. There's an allergy pill. They come in a couple different shades, so it's reasonable to kind of cycle through those.
So we're talking about Claritin,
Zyrtec, yeah,
things like that.
Absolutely. So that's a pretty common place to start. Nasal steroids are now over the counter. They used to be prescription only, but as of a year or two ago, things like Flonase, Nasacort, these are things that go directly into the nasal cavity, also run down the throat and help with a little bit of throat
Do you think
swelling.
you should try generally the pill first?
You know what? They're equivalent therapies. I have patients that have very strong feelings about putting things up their nose, so
Yes.
sometimes the pill is a better option. But in my world, either one is a good first line.
Is there a better time of day to take the pill?
No. It is usually a lot of those things are at least 24 hours. So it's whatever works best for you. Some people take it at night before they go to bed. Some people take it when they get up in the morning.
Like, do you need it in your system when you wake up in the morning? Because generally, I mean, I know when my daughter's awake because I hear her sneezing.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
First thing in the morning.
And that's another good point. Sneezing and itchy eyes are usually more allergy related as well. You can sometimes get that with a cold, but that persistent sneezing and watering and itchy eyes tends to suggest more allergies. But you're absolutely right. Symptoms can be worse in the morning because when we lay down at night, it's easier for things to drain out of the sinuses and kind of collect into the throat and lung type area. So you will often hear people say, I've got this ball of phlegm.
Right.
Exactly, the sneezing, the coughing when you get up, and that often gets better throughout the day. Usually when you have cold symptoms, you have kind of a persistence of symptoms. You don't have that bad in the morning and then gets better as the day goes on.
Thank you for the advice this
Absolutely.
morning. We know it is a tough time of year, but there are things you can do about it.
Thank you so
much.
much.
Good to see you this morning. All right, well, it is the end of an era in Aspen.